Hey, what's up, dudes? I'm gonna try this again. I'm gonna say very little about the specifics of this car, but I guess if you saw the first video, um, even though I can't really put that back up on the channel necessarily, then you know what this car is, or what my opinion of what it was supposed to be is. Anyways, we'll see how long this video sticks around. So I just wanted to bring it back specifically to show that in the previous video on the car, I mentioned that it arrived with a broken front knuckle. Now that one's already been replaced with one that I had 3D printed. This is actually the broken one. Well, I mean the glued one anyways. It was super glued together. This little piece right here had snapped off. Don't know why they didn't use all this extra space that you have in there. I don't know if the camera's picking it up or not, but you can see there's a big cutout there. They could have made that tab at least twice as thick as they did, because when you screw that ball end into there and you've taken that material away so that the hex head will slot down in there and not spin on you, you end up with pretty thin little bit of material out here. Very likely to break if you were to jump the car or whatever. So this is a broken one. There's a new one on the car. These are a couple more. I had a total of 5 made. I don't know why an odd number, but anyways, the original one on there seems fine on the opposite side. But so now I got 4 spares, and these turned out really good, man. All the dimensions were nearly perfect. No sanding or material removal required. This is PA12 material, nice and strong, but still a little flexible, which is kind of what you want, I think. So anyways, that guy's ready to go, but I'm not going to run it, so it is what it is. I'll just try to give you guys a quick flyby of the car. Okay, I don't know if you noticed I had to pause there for a second, but anyways, here's a quick look around the car. I think it's awesome. Not gonna say what I think it looks like again, but you guys can decide for yourself, I'm sure. Very cool, very cool. Anyhow, probably this is the last attempt I'll make. If this video gets pulled down, then somebody's clearly offended by this car existing. Okay, moving on. Next up is the this is called the Sinyi Laser. Probably came from the same place that previous car came from. This one, I think I did a running video on when I first got it finished. Just wanted to bring it back to show you some little upgrades or mods I've done. This is a 2-wheel drive car. When I received the kit, there's a little broken piece, or it was cracked on this molded chassis. I super glued it together, but it still had a little bit of flex to it because it's pretty thin plastic to begin with. It's got that metal chassis down there. Probably looks familiar. Anyhow, I had all these parts made at PCB Way, which, you know, could be anywhere really, but it's kind of like Xometry or whatever. I think they just farm out the work to whoever wants it. This is a 3mm piece of carbon fiber I had made specifically to fit the chassis. Catches these holes here and here, has a little hole for the body post to slot through, and then catches these tabs way back here. So you got a lot more of a substantial upper deck to minimize chassis flex. And the other problem with the car was that the whole back end of the chassis flexed quite a bit. And so I added this brace across the shock tower, and then added this little I don't know what you'd call that, rod to connect it here, which again slots right over the top of the added chassis brace. So now there's basically no more chassis flex. It was pretty severe. Necessary to drive the car? No, not really, but now it's seems a little more rigid. Anyways, yeah, Shapeways. I don't remember what I paid for that, but it was reasonable, and it just came out perfect, honestly. Anyhow, there's that one. Finally, let me see if any of you guys want to guess what this next one is. These are the wings, front and rear wing that I had for the car. Pretty bad shape. This one's actually torn quite a bit. I used these to make some drawings and sent the files over to PCB Way as well. And again, just had some remade in, I think it's PA12. It's nylon material. They warned me that the files were, like, the material thickness overall was a little bit too thin and that it might warp. But I'm like, dude, the originals are in really awful shape. And once you see the car, I think you'll know that they're pretty notorious for getting beat up and probably warping without even seeing any action. But these are the ones that got printed. I got an extra pair, so they're pretty reasonable. Didn't catch all the detail on the supports or the mounts, but overall, I think I got the shape pretty spot on. It's probably more rigid than it was intended to be, but it still flexes quite a bit, so I think this would survive a crash. Maybe one reason they made it so flexible in the first place is so that the wing was more likely to break than anything else that the wing was attached to. But mine's not going to get raced anyway, so this will be all right. I know you're not able to see any of that detail because it's so black. Okay. Here's what it looks like on the car. Yeah, I think I did a running video of this car It's been a couple of years ago, I think, or at least a year, and I didn't have a wing front or rear, so I don't mind the way the car looks without the wings, but it certainly looks more like it's supposed to with. Done a few other little bits of maintenance here and there on the car in the past year or two since I've owned it. But really, that's the major thing I've done so far to it. And yeah, I don't know if you can sort of see some warpage in this front one, which is funny because they didn't mention the front one potentially being warped while printing, but they did mention that was possible for the back one since it's so much bigger. But there it is. I've been seeing a lot of videos about the Predator because I know there's a couple of folks who are trying to re-release at least a version of the car. It's been getting a lot of mentions on like Pop Along RC or whatever. And their most recent video about this car, they visited a gentleman who had like 25 Predators in his collection, and it seemed like everyone he was showing, at least, you know, there were 4 or 5 on his video, it was just like really, really difficult to distinguish like which Predator you have when you have one, because it really seemed like almost all of these were a prototype. That may or may not be true. It could be several hundreds, maybe thousands of each car made, but anyways, these days you're very lucky if you have one that is purely, you know, an X10 or an X11 or, you know, who knows. You've probably got some mix of various cars. The front end on mine, I know, is a hodgepodge. The parts are new and solid, but I don't think they were really from the same generation of Predator, honestly. You guys would know better than me, but at least it's all pretty solid and works for me anyhow. All right, so that's about it. That's all I got for today. Got some more stuff coming. I'll talk to you guys soon. All right, take care.